I'm back. We never left. Well, I mean, I left for a second. Nothing happened while I was AFK and unpaused, right? Right? Okay. Do you not use EMP grenades against mechs? It depends on what the rate is, if I use EMPs or not. Like, so the downside of the EMP is that it's going to take out our own shield belts, right? So it takes out our own shield belts, which can be a problem because of the middle friendly fire, and can also be a problem just in general if a mech is shooting from here. But there are some situations where it is worth doing. So if we are currently fighting scythers, for instance, or we are fighting like flame centipedes or something like that, I'd rather stun like a flame centipede or whatever, so we don't have that that problem. Same thing with some of the new mechs as well. So yeah, it really depends on what kind of mechs are coming, whether I decide to pick up the EMP grenades. See, we have EMP grenades here so that we can easily equip them if we need them. Okay, Rhino, get that done.
A generous bestowal.
Fool, thank you for the 100 bits, you fool. The center hallway, put some of your less beer-loving dwarves there. That's true, yeah. So for anyone that was wondering why they ran over the top, why they stopped having collisions, so I mentioned the pathing guide. There's another thing here. So there's two things that are happening. So what happens when a raid breaks? When a raid breaks, they no longer have collision. You can't give them collision. I mean, unless you individually are in like melee combat with one of them or something. So when they no longer have collision, they can run across us, including over the top of our melee blockers. And the second thing that is occurring there is they are trying to find the fastest route out of the map. So they're trying to leave here. And so what happened there is the pathing for them, ignoring doors, the fastest area was going out this way. Now what's really weird though is the ones that were still back here decided to break through this door and then break through this one. That was definitely unexpected. I have no idea exactly, but it was a pathing thing, but Boxy Cow, did you keep the generators running? What are you talking about, the pollution ones, or are you talking about chem fuel generators still? I'm just using mushrooms, yeah. And before ideology, before I started using mushrooms, or if I'm in a run where I'm not using mushrooms, I'll use our excess rice or our excess human meats or wood or whatever. Does light influence pathing? Light does slow humanoid enemies, so they might have seen that the pathing is faster through the light since they're humans. What's the biggest mod pack? I don't really play heavily modded, so there's not really one. I played against modded storytellers. Those are on YouTube, or some of those are on YouTube. I have some of them saved that aren't up on there yet, but in general, I don't play heavily modded. I don't have a dedicated hospital. Not yet. It's not as urgent because we have better immunity as one of our genes. The closed door is supposed to be there. They don't care about doors when they're doing the pathing. No Fiber Mods mod pack. No, no, you won't. I'll probably never do a run with 500 mods. I can imagine. Rhino, hurry up. There we go. There we go. All right. Child doors hauling things. Looks like there is a stack of mushrooms wearing a hat just walking around. No red text everywhere. You tried it. It takes like 10 minutes for the game. 499 mods confirmed. All right, so Cassandra can attack us again, so we do need to get these doors built. Rhino, you're okay. All right, and Claw, build this one. I don't have a mod pack. I was just saying I barely use any mods. You can type exclamation mods if you want. And even that has more than what I'm actually using. No red mushrooms. Devil Strand would take for friggin' ever to grow underground. Fat Zero Videos. Thank you for the 5 subs. Thank you, Fat Zero. Very much appreciated. Big Fat Zero. Much love to the Fat Zero. Makes you appreciate the better workbench management mod. Yeah, those are good too. And the like KV one to save them between playthroughs. What's my plan for tonight's stream? Probably more Total War. Up until God of War comes out. Total War until God of War, pretty much. I didn't realize I had that set up. Best way to deal with psychic droners: keep people close to the base, put them on triphasic schedule until the droner is dead or done. Psychic drones meaning like the base event. Yeah, just put them on triphasic until it's over. If you're like, Adam, what's triphasic? I'm glad you asked. Go to my scheduling guide, !STH. I think I'm going to try out a different one of the Tomb Kings, yeah. Just to see how they are before I settle on one. 1,000 mods now. Burn those corpses. Burn those corpses. Yeah, triphasic is what I usually use when there's like a bad event like that. Checked that tutorial yesterday. Thanks. I had another person comment on the Singularity Guide this morning saying, or telling people not to try it. They're like, if anyone's trying this 1.4, it no longer works. He should probably take this video down. It still works. If it's not working for you, you're doing something wrong or using a mod that makes it not work correctly. Every friggin' day. Every day. Heat wave. That's actually our first heat wave. So we'll have to see how it's impacting the mountain. We might have to change some things. Sign on an alt account. Trying to get people not to use it. I like that. Yeah, that does suck. I think I would like it, yeah. Based on what you've said, I think I'd like it, yeah. If it still works, why aren't you using it? We've had 3 infestations. That's our second heat wave, I think. I think we've had 2 heat waves and 1 cold snap. The new heat overlay. Not a mod, by the way. Is that a good ship? Let's see what they got. Get out of here, child. Everyone in a bedroom? No, no, no. Not everyone. So I'm gonna sell about 50 beers. We're gonna get all the advanced components. Of course, this run that I'm doing, no psycasting, we're getting offered things like far skip all the time, berserk pulses everywhere. Of course. I don't know how many runs where I'm like, please, can we just find berserk pulse? And we just never find it. Can I get attacked from the north side? No, I cannot. Exclamation the path will explain why I can't, if you're wondering. Exclamation the path, all one word. Difference between RimWorld and RimWorld name and game access. Oh, you mean like, are you talking about on Steam, fool? What that means? You can pay extra to have your name appear as a random world pawn. For everyone. Cassandra's taunting me. What a jerk, that Cassandra. Temperature's not too bad in there. We'll keep an eye on it. I think we're going to be alright, though. Alright. Gonna turn this back on. DLCs are a robbery? I don't think so at all. Like, I mean, money is relative to everyone, but if you compare hours of entertainment for cost, like, I can think of very few other entertainment avenues that are worth more, you know, where you get more bang for your buck. Like, You go see a movie at the theater, it's like 20 bucks. It's over in 2 hours. Of course, you have the memory, but you have memories of the game too. You buy Ideology, it's 20 bucks. Play it for 1,000 hours or more, you know? It just depends. But again, money has different value for everyone. I have over 4,000 hours. You don't go to the movies? That's not the point. All right, never mind. That's not the point at all. I don't think I need to compare it to everything in the world that you can spend money on. But okay. Ours don't have enough repetitive content. That's very true too. That's also very true. People will spend like $10 on a skin, $20 on a skin in a game, and complain that biotech is 25 bucks. But whatever. It needs skin and loot boxes. That's right. That's what it needs. The loot boxes, the raiders. You remember that skin you got forever, but you forget about biotech. The RimWorld Battle Pass. I'm gonna have gray hair in 5 years at this rate. So, you know what would give me gray hair is the YouTube comments, honestly. Like 99% of the YouTube comments are fine, normal comments, but holy crap, that 1% that I get every day. Let's go ahead and platypus and apex platypus. That sounds scary. Did I purchase the name and game access? No, I never did. If you have a nimble, great memory pawn, would you take fast learner or hard worker? What jobs are they going to do? What jobs are they going to do? If they're going to do jobs or hard worker, like where work speed doesn't matter, then definitely fast learner. Honestly, I would probably take fast learner either way. Now, if you're comparing fast learner to industrious, it might skew the math a little bit. But in general, mage, fast learner is one of the best traits of the game. I'd say fast learner is one of the top 3 traits in the entire game, usually. Again, there's some caveats to that will be in the trait guide that Smurf and I are putting out here soon. But yeah, fast learner generally is going to give you the best result. How much money have you made? Boxes of skin. Therapist in my future. How does the skill box work? If you stick around, you'll see it in action. It's just a shotgun tunnel though. It's pretty standard for a shotgun tunnel. But yeah, if you stick around, you'll see it in action. We just had a raid. We'll have another one for sure. You got a Smurf as a pawn the other day. Nice. Did you kill him? Did you kill him? Why would you ask that? You gotta waste your ugly pretty kinds. Best trait in the game, in my opinion, is tough. With my playstyle and the type of game that I play, the only way that tough is not the best trait is if you never take any damage on that pawn. Fast learner, industrious, they're all up there in the top 6 traits, yeah. Yep. For sure. Why are you putting columns in single tile hallways? Are you talking about this or this? Which one? These are fences, so it slows down enemies. The reason why columns are for the early game melee block, because columns do the same thing against enemies as barricades as far as them walking over it, but the columns give them only 25% cover, whereas barricades give them 55% cover. So in the early game, when we don't have enough DPS to rip through our own columns, and we don't have enough accuracy to overcome the extra cover that enemies are getting while walking across these, we use columns because columns have decent HP, they're repairable, and they're not giving the enemy that extra 30% cover as they're walking through. Later on, we graduate into barricades, which is what we're using now. The fences are for slowing. will I do something in this like the racetrack? There's something minor in this one that I did like the racetrack that no one's really noticed. So it's not as like evident, but I have this door off center. Yeah, no problem, beer. Have that door off center. No one's really noticed it or said anything about it if they've noticed it. Not yet, anyway. Not yet. It's a really minor one compared to the racetrack. Maybe I'll do another racetrack one in this one. Hey, Adam, that door's off center. Can't unsee it now. It's one of my favorite things that's happened to the stream in the last like year. The newest episode, the racetrack. The newest episode of the biotech run that just went up on YouTube this morning. The one that's called like the racetrack troll or something like that. One of my favorite parts. And I showed it to Modwife last night because she was asking about it. So I showed it to my wife last night and she was laughing about it. And then I let it keep playing because it keeps going for like 15 minutes. And she was like, wait a minute, how long does this go on for? And I was like, it takes some people quite a while to realize that I'm just trolling them with the racetrack. Fix it. It was so fun. It was a lot of fun. All right, Cassandra could hit us again within a couple days, and then she'll go on cooldown. I could go ahead and start working on the masterwork stuff. We do have the second scanner up now, so I am going to put some more people on priority 4 research. Enter the Mario Kart music. So priority 4 research. Don't have a lot of steel. It's all right. And we might halt research a little bit while we get some scans built up. I also want to go ahead and start mining into this, but mining this first is more important. It's just taking a really long time because it's so far away. I usually don't have it that far away, but I wanted to, man, I could do a temporary one here that we just mine out way sooner. Maybe I should just do that. And then later on, if we want to move it deeper, we could. I'm gonna try it, but getting crushed. Some tips for no pause specifically. Some tips for no pause specifically. Okay. One, I would say try to do more things while they're sleeping. Try to plan things out while they're sleeping. And try to have a plan in mind when something happens. Like already have a plan of what you're going to do when X, Y, or Z happens. And another thing with it, with no pause, is every time you get a notification for any kind of raid at all, grab everyone, draft them, and click them in your base immediately. Just immediately do that. And then assess the situation. Another thing you're going to have to get used to in no pause is triage. Triage is very important. So you're not going to be able to pause and look at wounds. So get used to using the period and comma button. Click on someone, click health, and go through looking for people that are dying in X number of hours. When you find those people, draft in them immediately. After you've done that, go look for bleeds, even if they're not dying yet, and draft in them to do that. So you're going to have to get used to triage. You're going to have a plan in mind to just... eventually, it'll be like muscle memory. It's like, all right, there's a raid. I draft everyone. I pull here. You hover over. It's a normal raid. Okay, I know what I'm going to do against a normal raid. We can go ahead and set that up. They're preparing. Okay, well, I'm going to go in. I'm going to switch zones. Remember to switch zones on everyone is also really important in a normal playthrough, even more so in no pause raids and stuff like that. Memorize your medics. Don't be afraid also to throw some people on doctoring just to staunch the flow of the blood. Like if you don't have a lot of great doctors, like this person here, they're a 4 in medical, but if I have 5 people bleeding to death, you better believe I'm going to switch them to priority 1. I'm going to draft in with them. Another thing that I do with the triage thing that I'll talk about is you don't need to tend to them until they're completely no longer bleeding or no longer dying. So you might have someone that's dead in 6 hours, someone that's dead in 3. Tend to the person, draft in at 3. Once a wound's healed, maybe they go up to dead in 8, and then you switch that person over to the other one that's still bleeding. And that's very important in a normal playthrough, but even more so in no pause because you don't have the time to check. So get it in your head like, all right, as soon as they tend this one and it's down this, I need to switch over. Those are, in fact, the very first time I switched to no pause, like almost 5 years ago, in the very first run, I had people bleed out that otherwise I would have saved 100% because I wasn't used to doing that like on the fly triage tending stuff. So that's a very important one too. It matters not from whence the blood flows. Which buttons? Period and comma. Be a villain. Thank you for the subscription. Be a villain. Very much appreciated. But yeah, Michi, period and comma. All right. Let's see. We're gonna start working our way up to marine armor. This is almost done. I want to stop giving them more things to do until we get this finished. Cotton's almost in. Beer is flowing. We're doing all right with beer. You understand how I'm able to play with no pause? I just prefer it overall, and I like watching no pause playthroughs. That's sometimes people ask me why I started no pause. Well, there's two things from it. One, just from the challenge aspect of it, and I come from like an RTS background. But the second one is like a long time ago, like when RimWorld first really came to Steam and whatnot. I was watching streamers, and there was one streamer that did no pause. That's just how he played. And after I watched him, I found myself, when he went offline, I would go watch another one, and they would pause a lot, which is a smart way to play. It's very good. It's a very, very good way to play, obviously. But I was getting like tired of watching them pause. You know, I was like, RimWorld can have lots of slow moments, like right now is a slow moment, but with pause, every moment can be a slow moment, even in the heat of combat, right? So this person was like pausing and choosing which enemy raider that they wanted to like shock lance in order to get a god pawn. They were checking which ones were more dangerous so they could kill those ones first. You know, at the end of a raid, they were pausing it and they were checking all the downed people individually and thinking about which one they want to save. And that's a very smart way and a good way to play, but it's not entertaining it wasn't entertaining for me to watch. And so basically watching someone play no pause ruined other RimWorld streams for me, and I only came back to his stream. And so that's another thing. When I switched over to RimWorld as my main game on the stream, not only did I already like playing no pause, but I was like, you know what? Maybe I can ruin some RimWorld for other people and get it to where they only want to watch no pause, and so they come and watch me. So it was like a little bit of a marketing type trick as well. So anyway, hopefully that answers all of that. You can never do it. You appreciate. So it can be anxiety inducing for people that don't like that kind of pressure. But I would say you could always try to do like a non-strict no pause. Like maybe don't pause like just during your combat and see how you like it, and see how like the adrenaline gets flowing. What did I play before RimWorld? The main game of the channel before RimWorld was Darkest Dungeon. I have a world first record challenge in Darkest Dungeon that's up on YouTube. That was the main game of the channel before RimWorld. Talking about Rice? Oh, the person I watched? No, it was Warren. Yeah, I'm still stream friends with Warren to this day. He doesn't stream as much anymore because he can't. But it's talking about Warren. Yep. I'll just sell that. Sponsored by the No Pause mod. Sure. I don't know if that person's here anymore. Yeah, it's up. So, I've played Darkest Dungeon 2 a bit. I'm gonna play it more when it comes out fully, but you found me during the world first run. That was crazy. Stardeus. I played Stardeus for a couple hours on stream. I might go back to it at some point. All right. I don't know if the person is still here, but someone was saying, why do I do the speech one when it puts this on cooldown? It does not, but you have to do something very specific. All right. Here's how it goes. So let's go ahead and get this person. All right. So this is the person that we need to convert. You can see right now that this is showing the conversion ritual off cooldown, and on ROM it's showing theirs off cooldown, right? So let's go ahead and grab this person. And I'm going to convert them with the speech one. You started playing no pause because of me? Got better at the game? Make less mistakes and you can't correct them anymore? Yeah. All right, so we're using this one first. And so the person was saying that they hate how it puts it on cooldown, right? All right, so we got them to 53. Now, normally, you click on this, it's grayed out, right? Here's how you get around it. You grab your moral guide and you right-click on the altar, go to conversion. There you go. Has not been done recently. Full quality. So you can do both. You can do them back to back. But you have to right-click on your altar, not left-click on it. Exploit, probably. Do I care? No, I don't. All right, let's do it. So you can do them back to back, but you have to do the other one first. Seems like a bug. It's been known by the developers since Ideology came out, and they haven't fixed it, so I'll keep using it. Pressing right click, that's cheating. But effective. So now they're down to 13. Use it if you want or don't. I don't care. Skill issue. Yep, no problem, MK. I wasn't sure if you were still here, but there you are. But yeah, that's how you do it. That's how you do it. All right, are we at the point? No, I gotta wait. RimWorld of Magic? No, I have not. I don't, like I said, I don't really play big overhaul mods. How much wealth the colony has? Sure, I'm gonna take a guess. Judging by what I think in the game, I think we're at about 115, 118,000 wealth. 113. I was too off. Close. 113,000. Is that your bait box to the right? Yeah. Yeah. 113,000 wealth. Man, I was almost dead on 115. Close enough. Close enough. So raids right now are about 70 tribals. That would probably be about 40 pirates. No, I don't want anything player made in here yet. I'm waiting until it gets all out, and then I'll put a player made in there. Can I explain how the bait box works? I'll explain it when it's done, yeah. And that way we can kind of clip it, and I can actually show it, you know. Actually show it. What's your favorite trick you can do? Oh, the bait room. It's so far away. I'm going to actually use incendiaries this time to do it, I think. I usually don't. There's gold down there. Make the colony guessing a new bet system. But then people like Smurf would win so many channel points. I don't want Smurf having more channel points. Come on. Look at him. He's already a VIP. You have no channel points. Are you a bad gambler? Oh, guessing the wealth. Gotcha. I've just played so much that I can kind of eyeball the wealth and raid points. Is there any good way to get trade caravans to go to a specific spot? You can get a mod. That's the best way. If you're not against mods, Newt. If you're against mods, they're more likely to go to the most recently built player like structure or claim structure. So you can just kind of build something near the part of the base you kind of want them to go to on the outside. It's the new Dwarf Fortress. That's right. You lose all your channel points during Total War anyway. Should show up to those streams. That's right. I've been doing bonus streams at night where we play Total War, and there's lots of channel point betting. Lots of channel point betting. Oh, we don't need to make baby food right now because we're not doing any more VATs yet. Traders have been going to geothermal. Yep. Yep. It's annoying. That's where ours go to, right down here. Right in this area. You made a lot last night. Some people won big last night. I'm probably going to start a new run tonight and try another one of the Tomb Kings. I've never played Tomb Kings before, so I'm kind of testing them out. See what I think about them. And I screwed up last night, so I'm probably gonna correct that. I prefer Warhammer 2 or 3. I like Immortal Empires, so I'll say that I like Immortal Empires, and there's some things that I don't like about 3, but overall I'm really enjoying 3 at the moment. Yeah. Bet with 0 silver. The bet should be win or lose. No, that's what makes it fun. That's what makes it funner. I did have it as only 2 options in the beginning, win or lose, but then everyone was always getting it right, so splitting it to 3 was better. Arcan is definitely the strongest Tomb King. Yeah, he definitely seems super, and he has a really nice starting area. Insects do spawn in my base. We've had 3 infestations. Why haven't we had a 4th one? It's a roll of a dice. I think infestations are 2.7 weight, when it rolls a major event, and raids are a 7.4 or something like that. So it's almost 3 times more likely for me to get a raid than an infestation. So that's why. That's why. Cetra Strongest. Yeah, I'm not sure which one I'm going to try tonight. I'll look at them again. Yeah, I've been playing Total Warhammer 3 at night for the bonus streams yet. Any plans on making more guides? Yes. So the thing right now, Div, is with biotech being brand new, Smurf and I both have just been playing a lot of biotech, and also the stuff in biotech is changing so quickly with hot fixes and stuff that we haven't really been getting as many guides and guide content out. And also I'm doing the 2 streams a day with a contract, stuff like that. So Fool, thank you for the 100 bits. Yeah, Warhammer bonus stream tonight. Yeah. Too late for you. So we are learning things for new guides, but we're also just playing the game. Are chain shotguns the best weapon for singularity kill box? Yes, 100%. You want to eventually get to masterwork or better chain shotguns, but chain shotgun is the best weapon for the singularity kill box. Yeah, without a doubt. Now it can work with other weapons if you don't want to use chain shotguns, or you don't want to like switch weapons, or have some people have one or the other. Like you can have it working with assault rifles or charge rifles, but they're not going to be as effective overall in just every situation as it. Why is everyone typing AMA? I only saw one person type it in the last like 30 messages or something. So it's for asking important questions when the chat is busy to make sure I catch it. Is there a way to replace psychic abilities once acquired? No, but you don't need to replace them because you can get as many in that tier as you want. So let's say for tier 6 you get Neuroquake. You get Neuroquake at tier 6. You can just go get a Berserk Pulse Psy Trainer, and you can have both Neuroquake and Berserk Pulse on the same person. Mechs and charge rifles, is that way more effective because of the armor? It's not in that setup. No, I've tested it all. It's not. Chain shotgun baseline deals 18 damage per, has 3 stopping power, shoots 3 rounds per hit, is very accurate at close range, and it doesn't rip up the interior of the singularity as much. Mechs are not a problem for the singularity box at all, not even boss mechs, because you can stun them through the wall. So it's, yeah, chain shotguns I still would go with even against mechs. Yeah, the stopping power chain shotgun, 3 stopping power, hitting 3 times with 18 base damage. Then it's increased even further with Masterwork Plus. It's insane amounts of damage and stopping power, and the mechs are already stunned. And against centipedes, you basically won't miss against centipedes in that setup. It's really, yeah. I tested all the weapons. I really think that's the best. Yeah. Quest available. Forced landing. For a bunch of L-Tech stuff? No, thank you. No, thank you. All right. So we're never going to get back over here after this, after we set this up. So let's just get this done. What was the song playing? I don't know the name of it. You can try. You can look up P music though. What? P music is the music mod that we're using. Did they fix that? That's P as in pterodactyl. High tier and high shooting, so you could switch to the if you cannot repair your walls fast enough. More resets, switching, and kill slower. Yeah, that is true. It looks like the pin was still there, but yeah, that's interesting. It's because they're in the mental state now, so now you actually need a pin. So Let's see. I don't know if I want to do it or not. I don't think it really matters. I was actually thinking about, like, I guess I could do. It's not a RimWorks, yeah. I could just do a quick fence there. I don't think it's gonna screw anything up. Silent P, that's right. I'll do it. Okay. I wonder how this will work, actually. Power flickered again. Oh, whoops. Pin marker. Let's do that at sandstone as well. Let's do it that way. That's great. Upgrading the plat. Yeah, with the kill box. Upgrading the plasteel is important. For sure. Alright, we'll just do it that way. Forward thinking. Music sounds like it's playing through a VCR. That's a Twitch bug. So I don't know if you're still here, Shaman, but I can tell you how to fix it. And you might be saying, but Adam, how come it is impacting the game sound, the other game sound, or your voice? It's something to do with pitch or whatever, but it's a Twitch issue. To fix it, down below your stream, hit the gear, click advanced, and click low latency mode off, and it will fix sound issues like this on Twitch for you forever. So if it's sounding kind of weird to you, the music only, click the gear, click advanced, turn off low latency mode. It will fix. Hey, we got a scan of gold. Episode 19, catch you live. How many episodes are you behind to your live streams? This is a different playthrough. So the first biotech run, Bobster, is 20 episodes. The last one will go up tomorrow. Yeah, no problem, Exodio. Bless, welcome in. The first one, or the last one, excuse me. Episode 20 goes up tomorrow. And do I have other ways to send money than Twitch? Yes, you can donate by typing in exclamation donate. I believe it is. I have a Patreon. You can also go to exclamation support. There's a big long list of things you can do that are free or paid, depending on what you'd like to do. Also down below the stream, there's a donate button down in the information, but yeah, there's lots of different ways. Free and paid. Exclamation run, ribbit. There's also an option in Frankerface that disables the speed up, catch up. I didn't know that one. So if you have that browser plugin, you can just fix it that way too. All right, so we're finally almost done with this. Okay, so let's go ahead and go over here, and we're gonna make incendiary shells. Just make like 2. Actually, I think I'm gonna make 2 traps just to be safer. Usually don't do it this way, but should work. Should be fine. Should be fine. Okay, we're gonna haul those out of here. Anything major happened this stream? We had a raid that was a little scary because they ran over the top of us, but it's the Dwarf run. Yeah, pretty much. Exclamation run will tell you more. Mad alpacas. All right, so that is a mass insanity event. We can actually go take advantage of this and get some shooting experience because it's an easy. This is an easy major event. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Do you have the details of the Game Pass thing? I don't. I have it saved, so I don't remember it offhand. I just know that if you, right now at the channel, if you gift 2 gift subs, you get access to Microsoft Game Pass on PC I think it's a month. Maybe it's more. Maybe it's 3 months. I'll have to double check. I have a note to put a command about it, but mass insanity. Yeah. Some people are still not great shots. It's probably the children. Probably the children that are missing their shots.
Well, it's about tree fitty.
Archeo, it's exactly tree fitty. Archeo, thank you for the donation. Thanks for keeping the lights on. Wait a minute. Am I keeping your lights on or are you keeping mine on? Archeo, thank you. Right. They could be a new sub for yourself as well, yeah. And it's 3 months, thank you. 3 months ends November 11th. Children, that's for
You
sure.
will join us or die, master.
That is true, Smurf. Goats! Thank you for the gift sub to Twitch Cops, lol. Thank you, goats. Much appreciated. Much love to the goats. Alright, the incendiary shells are done. We are okay on wood. So right now, I'm going to go in here. I'm going to turn off construction. Oh, Christopher's here. I'm turning off construction. I'm going in and I'm grabbing wood fins. We want this to super massive mega overheat. So this is going to get ungodly hot. Super hot. Okay. People are sleeping. I need you to bring wood into the cavern, not sleep. Rom, what are you doing? Researching? How about you move this piece of stone instead? That's obviously more important. War merchant. You know what? I am really not used to going back to Cassandra for a playthrough. Am I not going to burn myself? No, I won't. What I'm really not used to in this Cassandra playthrough is the routineness of getting traders. You know, like it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna get like our 6 traders per year. No matter what, we're gonna get those traders. All right, get that brought in, guys. Come on. Come on. Bring me that wood. Or something else less provocative. Diggy that hole. Hey, you guys are just camping out here in the entrance? Yeah, good. See, they're coming here now that I built this. That's interesting. The fairly evil dwarves. We're mostly honorable dwarves, mostly. Cut down on the damage to the walls from the bugs. Catch fire. Maybe. The reason I do it here is to prevent as much damage to the doors specifically. I don't really care if they get some extra holes in here. They mostly come out at night. Mostly. Remember that. Children, bring the wood. Instantly triggered you that in your head. I was actually just talking to my daughter last night where we were eating. We were talking about how certain words trigger certain memories of things, even though they're not exactly like they're not really like meaningful things. And for me, a lot of that is just with certain movies and things. So like, or games. So if I'm anywhere and I hear the word like supreme, okay, I immediately think of Killer Instinct, like supreme victory. Immediately, I could not get that out of my brain at all. The same. There's other words like that too, like subterranean. Subterranean. I immediately think of the original Mortal Kombat movie. Just instantly, the Mortal Kombat movie. Stuff like that. Songs, gotta sing along to it. That as well, yeah. Songs are another big one. Like if you hear a taco, you think about eating a taco. That's true. A little bit different though. The Prime sub doesn't count as the offer. That's good to know. Thank you for letting me know. Tenacious D. You think of idiocracy when someone says Supreme? Just the global ones from BTTV. Battle Cruiser, you think of StarCraft? Yeah, absolutely. If you don't care about redeeming the key for the Xbox Game Pass, could you, yeah, it's up to you, Rector. If you want to post it in the Discord or message it to me or whatever, absolutely. If you don't need it or something and it's just a key, I can give it away if you want. Thank you, Deck.
You will join us or die, Master.
Goat, thank you for gift sub to Vicon. I'm gonna go with Vicon. Thank you. That's great. We'll just overkill it. We'll just overkill that. There we go. What's the purpose of the single stack of wood? A single stack of wood has the same HP as an entire stack of wood. So a single piece of wood burns the same temperature and length as an entire 75 stack. Exclamation wood will teach you a little bit more if you have more questions. A dock ship. Hey, here we go. Hostile shuttle carrying a single phase master, 5 thralls. We're not doing single phase this time, but it took us 4 years to get our first single phase quest in this playthrough. In the last playthrough, we got like 4 or 5 of them by now. Mine out area is where it's a lot of wood. It's 50 wood. It's less than a full stack. The mine out area is going to have a much higher chance of having it spawn. I'll go over the percent chance a little bit after we get it done. Fantastic views, Dead Rising. Vampire dwarves, yeah, but we're mostly honorable dwarves. We're probably not going to be, you know, dabbling in dark ways.
Expands. Praise the sub.
Let's see. Well, let's spin that too. So these ones. Let's do limestone for those ones, I suppose. Sorry, limestone. Do you have construction? You do not. Is there any reason to not keep a newborn in the vat till 3? Mood. So the parents will get a -4 mood debuff for their child being a vat, and you also won't get the buff for like the giggle fit. Oh, thank you, Ratar. Yeah, I'll grab that. Other mountain bases look so aesthetically pleasing to you. Anti-breach defense. What did you end up doing for this one? All right, so we've recently discovered some information about breachers that's kind of interesting that I'm going to try in this one. I don't actually have my normal breach defense set up, but here's something interesting about breach raids right now. When a breach raid is approaching you, if you turn on a pathable turret, the non-breachers in the breach raid will actually path normally to get to the turret. So what that means, let's say you have a pirate breach and you have 5 people with grenades and 20 that have just other weapons, right? The 5 grenadiers will get here and start trying to go through the wall like normal, but the other people will see a path to a turret and be like, holy crap, we gotta destroy that turret, and they will pass through normally but without collision. So I'm testing that in this run a little bit to see how I like that, or if I want to go back to just doing what I normally do. And we'll also have our like minigun crazy setup that I want to do in this one. But yeah, it's kind of interesting that you can bait the non-breacher enemies in a breach raid to where you want them by doing that. Kind of weird, but we're gonna test it out. We might die testing it, but Wanderer, thank you for the 5 gift subs. Thank you, Wanderer. Also very much appreciated. Trunk doors and miniguns, yes. Yes. So it basically becomes like a regular raid, only with a few rogue grenadiers. Yeah, or with the mechs, you know, the termite will still try to breach. With tribals, the ones with breach axes are still going to try to breach. But other than that, yep. Yep. How do you find your weapons? Keep losing them when they are dropped in all the inventory shelves. So one thing I do with weapons that I want to keep track of is I will do a zone like this. You'll see me do this a lot in the games. And I will set this to the weapons that I want. So I'll do like, all right, I want my chain shotguns here, but I only want the ones that I'm using. So I only want excellent or better. And then I'll set this to critical, and shelves by default are important. So if I do that, no matter where the item is dropped, as long as someone can access it, they're going to come drop it off here, and then I'll see that. So I do this a lot in my playthroughs, where I'll just have a zone set up specifically for, like I said, chain shotgun, only excellent or better. On critical, shelves are at normal or at important, and so they'll come drop them here. Thank you, Prom. Thank you for watching that. That's the little trick, I guess, that I do, if you want to call it a trick. So one problem about mushrooms is that the mushroom area has to be dark. And that is a little bit of a problem with infestation. All right, so how to infestation spawn? There's a lot of coding and math and bull crap that goes into it. But the short of it is, an infestation can spawn under Overhead Mountain if a player-owned structure is within, let's just say 30 tiles. I think it's like 32, but within 30 tiles. But there's some other weights to it. It tries to spawn somewhere that is dark. So having light somewhere 24/7 reduces the chance of an infestation in that area. So it tries to spawn somewhere that is dark. It also tries to spawn with the furthest pathing away from an open tile to the sky. So basically, if you have a Overhead Mountain bait room really far into the mountain, and it is the furthest away pathable area from roof, and you leave it dark, and it doesn't get too cold, it has to be, you want it to always be above -17 Celsius, but there's different breakpoints there. It is way more probable that it'll spawn here. It's not 100%. So even with this setup, you can get it to be like 99% that it will spawn the infestation where you want. But that 1% can still happen right in your friggin' barracks or something, right? But you're hedging your bets, and it's very likely to spawn there. Now, with our playthrough, unfortunately, since we are going full in mushroom, mushrooms need to grow in the dark. So having this huge mushroom farm in the dark right here, and it's very large, we are also probably still going to get some infestations hitting here, but it is more likely to spawn here. I don't think dirt impacts it anymore. All the math and all that crap behind it and all the code stuff is in the Discord. I think it's in the guides channel. But those are the most important thing is Overhead Mountain, obviously, player-owned structure nearby. The furthest away from a non-roofed tile as you can get, and dark. Those are the biggest ones. Nice guy. Thank you for the Twitch Prime. Thank you, nice guy. That is very nice of you. Yeah, I don't know otherwise if but yeah, you can see all the numbers of the Discord. How much mountain is on this map? Some of it's probably not solid. Some of it's probably fog of war. I would bet you that there's an opening here or here, and probably over here, but it's still a lot of mountain. So crazy. There is. So if you want to see, so to piggyback on what Scully is saying, if you turn on developer mode, you can go for it to paint infestation chance. But unfortunately, in the base game developer mode, what it does is it makes the places where insects are more likely to be darker blue. It doesn't give you the numbers. It literally just gives you an overlay of blue, and the darker the blue, the more likely an infestation is to occur. However, someone in our Discord, Smurf requested if there was someone that could mod numbers onto it. Someone in the Discord did mod, made a mod where in developer mode now, with that turned on, you can hover over, and it'll actually show the actual number of the infestation spawn chance per tile, which is pretty friggin' awesome. But yeah, you can definitely see that in developer mode. Hello from Egypt. That's awesome. Welcome. Thank you for being here. The infestation chance option makes it lag too. Yeah. They want 58 beer. We got some furry coming in here. We got a cockroach with no pants on. Some pig guy. Children. 4-year-old child coming in needing beer. Latest RimWorld Run on YouTube. That's awesome. Yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for coming over here. Can I show the trick to find open mountain? Sure. There's an exploit to find open mountain. So click someone that has a melee weapon. Draft them. Click for them to attack. You see how it shows the melee weapon? That means they're... Oh, there we go. You see how it shows the melee weapon? That means there is something solid there to attack. Probably more mountain. But if you see the X, the cancel, that means that's an open area. So this could be open to the sky. This could be an ancient danger. All we know is that it's open. So you can scan the mountain. Yep. See, it's open there. Let's see. There's an opening right there. There's an opening. I was right. There's another opening. So you can do that without a mod. Obviously, there's mods and there's developer mode, but be willing to just give random people beer. That's true. Do I recommend Randy or Cassandra? Just wanted to let you know. Oh, sorry, I missed that. Recommend Randy or Cassandra for what? Like, if you're newer to the game, or because the answer changes a little bit. Yeah, thank you for catching that for me. Just playing in general. If you're newer to the game and you're trying to get better at things like defending against raids and things, I feel like playing against Cassandra overall is better because you'll have consistent raids. You're going to have raids on average every 10.6 days. You're going to have 1 to 2 raids. And so you'll have more opportunity to like play against raids. They'll come in more frequently, but like on a schedule almost. Cassandra overall on average is harder than Randy. And that's after playing thousands of hours against both of them. Randy, for me, obviously he can just flat out kill you in bursts, but he can also go to sleep and be kind of boring. So I think Randy, for an overall general purpose storyteller, where you're just playing the game solely just obviously for fun, and you want to experiment and just, you know, do whatever. Randy is good for that, because you'll get those times where you have a long time to build up. You have a long time to do the mini goals that you've set for yourself. And sometimes he's going to hit really hard and be hard to overcome, but you don't have to worry about getting hits every 10.6 days by up to 2 raids. And Phoebe is a step down from Cassandra, where she only has 1 raid on her timer instead of 2. That's a good point too. You can always change storytellers at any time. You can go in here, go to options, click on gameplay, and click on modify storyteller settings. If you click that, you can always change your storyteller and difficulty in the middle of your playthrough. That's right. That's what I've always said. Cassandra kills you on purpose. Randy kills you by accident. Phoebe kills you by boredom or overconfidence. Optimal to birth and grow children in vats till age 3. I think that's probably optimal as long as you don't mind the mood hit. Yep. I think so. Children in vats until 3 seems like a really good way to do it right now. All right, Rom Nom, your cooldown is up. Let's convert this person. Love entertainment. Aw. We did it! At long last. It took us 4 years. Everyone is of the Dwarven ideology. Our mood is suddenly going to increase. Not that we had any mood problems. Holy crap. I hope that now means that all children will be born with the Dwarf ideology. Man, that took forever. It took forever. It mainly took forever because we had no social. And the one person that had good social was a different ideology. So it took for friggin' ever to convert them. It took so long. Let's celebrate with a fiesta. See your stream when you try the game. How did I like Against the Storm? I like Against the Storm a lot. So Nyla, I look at Against the Storm as kind of like a chill. There's harder difficulties, but I still feel like even on hard difficulties, it's more like a chill kind of casual base builder. Almost like a mixture of like Banished and Frostpunk. I do get some Frostpunk feels from it with like Warcraft 3 graphics. I really like Frostpunk. I really like Banished. I really like Timberborn, and it has kind of some elements of all those games in it, with a fantasy twist to it. But yeah, I liked Against the Storm. It's still in early access. I know they're planning on adding more to it. It also does have some roguelike mechanics to it that were fine. I liked them overall. But yeah, I liked it. It was a pretty chill game though, in a good way. All right, so this is set up. We're not going back there. BTGV is on Chrome. Yep. Do you try out the Void Storyteller? Maybe. I'm not opposed to it. High mate into a happiness generator. I am kind of considering it if we get a harmonizer. What's my opinion about this DLC? I really like this DLC. It's pretty awesome. It's like 2.5 DLCs in one. Why am I only using them? So the goal eventually would be to get masterwork beds, so I just don't have to worry about it. But right now, comfort, I don't really care about comfort. I mean, everyone with biphasic is like capping out their comfort anyway twice a day, and this is already getting the rooms to slightly impressive. If I put either an end table or a dresser in here, it's going to make the room go down in size from rather tight to cramped, which is going to bring the room impressiveness down. And I feel like that's going to hit mood more than the bonus I'm going to get for having, you know, those better stuff in here. So this room with just one normal statue gets to slightly impressive, which is a +3 mood boost. So it's good enough for me for right now. It's pretty wealth efficient too. All right. On YouTube, love videos. Thank you, Slick Hicks. I'll be adding miniguns soon. Yes, actually. Now that this is done, our next order of business was going to be to get this ready for the... how do I want to do it? For the minigun setup. How old is my oldest colony? 20 years. It's up on YouTube. It's called the 20-year run. I did a 20-year wealth independent run. The next closest one was the Arconexus run, which was in the teens. How am I so far into this run? Because I play this for a living, so I'm playing it like 8 hours a day, every day. So I have two options here. I can set up the minigun craziness over here. And then I can set up the EMP throws on this side with an escape route. The downside to doing it that way is breachers are probably going to choose to come through that. Raid cap on 500% is still 10,000 raid points. It happens at about 270-ish thousand wealth. Tile to floor. This is better than tile. Smooth flooring is too beauty. So no, I'm not going to tile it under the mountain. It has an open space right over here. If I do it from this side, the downside is when those raids come in, what's going to happen is we're going to be clipping them on the corner. Now, the other option that I have is I do the minigun setup from here, facing downward. And the only downside to that is pikemen and snipers are going to be annoying. Outside of pikemen and snipers, this way would work better because then we can have the EMP from the side where they come in. EMP IEDs. I did use those a little bit in Winston Waves, yeah. The problem with them is they go off on things you don't need them to go off on. Do you have a guide on best bedroom? I do not have that yet. So I'm not sure which one I want to set up. They both have their pros and cons. Balance mix, tunneler. Someone mentioned that they think the tunneler should be able to turn it into a deep drill. I like that idea. The tunneler turns into a deep drill and drills, and then, you know, until it's low in energy, and then it goes back. That would be kind of cool. And they can even go with the thing where like it just goes and drills on some kind of scanned tile. Like you don't actually tell it where to go. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Shooting on this side is a long run if we need to retreat. So if we're shooting from this side, we need to retreat. We'll retreat through the back way, and people are going to be low mood. There's a mod for that now. That's pretty cool. Yeah, we did that in Winston Ways with the doors as well. Mr. Krabs. I can't believe, yeah, there's an actual mod for that. It's kind of cool. Well, yeah, for the long scanner or the far scanner, yeah. I think I'm gonna go this route. So let's go ahead and make one minigun, and then we'll measure this out. So we're gonna have Soul Sapper make that. Who is the peg leg child? Answer. Huh. You have to be 16 to have the ovum taken out. Maybe I put Answer back in a tube until they're 16. Muzz is an adult. All right, Muzz, what do you got? He got capped out on his tiers as well. Sanguine, trigger happy. You know what? Too smart isn't bad here because of Sanguine. All right. Construction. Crafting. Description says this is OP. Oh. I don't know what they're... Mining scan locations would be nice. Does it matter how many you watch or just how long? Stream? You just lurk with the stream muted help? It does. Yes, it does, Nibbler. It does help. Yep. Leaving the stream going, even with muted, helps now. Yep. I feel like 9% is builder, planner, crafter. I know. Okay. Muzz, an actual adult. Look at you, Muzz. Look at you. I'm actually thinking about putting the that other one back in the vat, like I was talking about. A mini miner mod. I think I'm gonna do it. Too smart and Sanguine is fast learner. Yeah, it's funny. Fast learner is very good. Yeah, the other traits suck, so. The kids can use guns. Yeah, as soon as they turn 3, they can use guns. I really need Answer to get to 16, but I guess we can wait. All right. Okay, growing zone. We're gonna need a lot more mushrooms if I start doing this. There we go. And I probably should start working on movement speed too. We're slow, so. Gonna go for now, Noel. They were hanging out. Much appreciated. Have to walk around it while you shoot. Yes, that's always really good, yep. Yep. There we go. Our first minigun. I'm thinking that minigun's gonna be... You know what? Let's go a little bit higher. I think it's gonna be a masterwork. Somewhere on flat mat, they can work as deep drill miners. That'd be nice. Let's bet on it. All right, we did bet on it before. You guys want to wager some channel points? All right, we'll set it up. I'm not giving you any information. This time, you don't get to see his skill. Just know that he's a crafting specialist. This should be interesting. All right, so the prediction's gonna come up. It's gonna be 2 minutes. You have 2 minutes. Production specialist, yeah, same thing. He does not have an inspiration. You got 2 minutes. It's starting now. There you go. If you don't see the pop-up, you can click down below your chat. Click down below your chat where it says channel points in where the silver is. You can vote on either legendary or masterwork. That's option number 1. Excellent, option number 2, or good or worse, option number 3. You can click on the number and bet more than 10 points if you want. There you go. Any mods to Fat Crafting? I have no mods, no. He is a production specialist with no inspiration, and I'm not going to tell you what skill level he's at. If you're on mobile, you have to refresh. That way you can't do the exact math, because there is math here, obviously. Once the prediction's done, oh, he's back on it. I don't want him to finish it too quickly. Odds is what matters. I have no idea. Volbit, no idea. If that's what you think, vote with it. Crossbows? And crossbows is a mod, Aram. Unless I've somehow missed them. So I have not tried them. Because they're a mod, I'm pretty sure. I've not used modded crossbows. Alright, time's almost up. I think it's actually going to be pretty close between excellent and masterwork. My heart says masterwork. My brain says excellent. There's a lot of channel points riding on this, actually. Too much rotato. My heart wants masterwork. My brain says excellent. All right, it's over. I can fast forward. Here we go. God, I hope it's a masterwork. You went all in on masterwork. Oh my God. Skills go above 20, no. No. Here we go. Here we go, Soul Sapper. It's just excellent. Oh, man. There were a lot of points. There were a lot of points. All right, let's pay people out. How many points is that? 487,000 channel points. Read the artwork. Okay. There you go. You're paid out. No, I'm ruined. I'm ruined. This weapon bears a portrayal of a cone surrounded by ellipses. That's weird. We were talking about ellipses yesterday. Ellipses in the stream last night, I think. Almost every shape in the image seems to be square. Square cones? Square cones. You believe me? That's what I would have voted for. Is excellent. You almost doubled your points. Square cones, nice. You're down to 10 channel points down. So from skill 10 to 18, the chance of excellent was about 50%, but then you add in the production specialist and it's almost guaranteed. I think. All right, nice. Get that game one fixed in. Some people are ruined though. We'll never recover from this. Never recover from this. All right, so Muzz, go grab this. I'm gonna check some stuff out here. You went up almost 10K alone. Huh. A long time ago. Oh yeah, during Elden Ring, yeah. I'm not sure if I'm going to worry about the walls or not. Whoops. Not sure. I guess it doesn't really matter too much. So I think that gives a really good... I might want to bring it forward just a little bit. Maybe to like right here. Give us a little bit more space to work with. Okay. It's quite a bit ago during the Total War streams as well. You get those points. You're gonna turn them in for VIP. Here you have a custom command, yeah. All right. Alrighty, so we are gonna make a new growth vat. So I guess this will be our growth vat area. So growth vat here. And we're gonna get answer up to 16 so we can start making a dwarf army. Someone summon the devil? Magma thrower. If you already got a quote, Magma. Time to spend the points. All right, Magma, type exclamation. Oh, you're having an ad, so they can't hear me anyway. Does the camel eat the mushrooms? Yep. Yep. Sorry, answer. I'm putting you in there until you're 16 so that we can use you for babies. I didn't check if these count as nature running. That would be an interesting thing to know, though. There are some other animals that take 0 animals, right? Or is it? I think there's a couple of animals that take 0 skill. How the teetotalers do a beer? Good question. It looks like it overwrites. It does. The alcohol dependency overwrites teetotaler for alcohol only. Nice. Farm animals, yeah. Oh, you're talking about just leveling it up, not like what you can get at those levels. Yeah, I guess the best way, obviously, would be just well, be like interacting with them, like milking them and things, obviously. But obviously, skill trainers would be the best. But all right, Magma, you have to type exclamation quotes. Exclamation quote. Oh, you got it. Okay, here we go. One time, I was at my granny's house and I played one of her records backwards, and the devil spoke to me, and this is what he said.
Our time for shambling will come, but not yet.
That's a pretty appropriate devil quote. Pretty appropriate. Hunting, no, hunting just gives shooting skill, yeah. Magma already spending those channel points. Okay, so first things first then. Either way, no matter where we do this, we want to make this 11 wide. So make it 11 wide. Cancel this part for right now. Maybe worth a granny quote. She's talking about her younger days. Some lore accurate shambling. What's happening? Just playing some RimWorld. It's happening to you, Snail. Make a new kill setup for miniguns. New kill setup for miniguns. How's our scanning operation going? Wow, look at that. Look at that, guys. We've scanned some steel. Did I see it scan some gold at one point too? Who knows where that is? Who knows? Granny got summoned? Alright. It's like my dear old granny used to say. She was always saying this.
I am now the world leader in speedrunning. Running. Purple hentai.
Granny, I don't know what purple hentai is, but I'm glad you're fast at it. Way to go, Granny. Way to go. I don't want to know what it is. Don't know. Oh, the gold was where the fire was. I'm not going to mine it anyway, but... There it is. Good eye. Good eye. It's like good day. Good eye. Granny was a high mate. Granny was high maintenance. Okay. Do breachers try to dig through your mountain? It depends. So they will not try to dig through until they get to here, as long as the path is 5 tiles wide or more. But depending on where your rooms are, specifically your bedrooms and how your mountain is shaped and whatnot, it can change. But in general, yeah, if you have a 5-tile thing leading in, you're good.
Our modest fellowship expands. Praise the sub.
Shooting frenzy. Shooting frenzy. I think I'm gonna start working on upgrading the chain shotguns as well. I really need masterwork. Masterwork would be ideal. He's at 14. Let's see. They're not physical pleasure, they're moral support. Moral concubine. Kill. Thank you for the Twitch Prime. Thank you for that here. Kill. Harry, thank you for the 11 months. Why, that's almost one entire calendar year, Harry. For real. Thank you. Time flies when you're having fun. When you're having fun or rimming, yeah. Ah, those are the same thing. Same thing. Hey, bot, stop giving away my age. I think it's exclamation followed with that bot. But you redeem the devil. Those people winning channel points and immediately spinning them. All right, Mitchie, let's see. You know the whole thing, the record. Yeah. All right.
I can read cowboy.
All right. Bots leaking personal information. Ban it. I can read cowboy. Gotta keep an eye on her. So she's 14. Okay. Exclamation system. A vat of baby food and then train them to be a drunken master gunsmith throughout their entire childhood. Of course, yeah. Hey, look at that. Nice. there was components right outside our front door this entire game. Earlier when I was like going across the map because we were out of components, mining near the edge while Cassandra's on cooldown, scared that I'm gonna get manhunted. We just had these right out the front door. Excellent. Mitchie, redeem Sky God. All right, Sky God, which commandment should our doors be following today?
Commandment 1951. Gonna put a soldier in every crack.
You heard, Sky God. If you have a crack, let a soldier in. Pass. Wise Kid, it doesn't matter too much on these. We did the math on it in Discord, and skill level doesn't really matter that much. Very occasionally, even like a level 20 miner, you'll get a bonus one, but it's not a huge deal. And this will allow the kids to get more. I mean, he's a 9 burning passion anyway, right? So he's just as good at it. He's just slower. So he just has slower work speed. That's it. More drums. I don't know what you want. I'm going to play whatever is fun for me. So that's all I can say. If this isn't aesthetically pleasing, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not going to build a base just for it to only be pretty. Do you stop doing incompetent cook on lavish meals? I have no idea. I only use lavish meals for like drugs. So yeah, I don't know, monkey. Sorry. So peanut. That kid really likes hammering those rocks. Why don't you want more drums? But yeah, I think this one looks pretty good. You saw a rec room. This entire thing's a rec room. This is huge. Let's see. It's 177 tiles. How many tiles from the edge prevents raids? What do you mean? We're talking this part. I have a barracks. Yeah, there's no doors, no. This one has no doors. They're just there for melee blocks for bugs. You randomly painted the floor. Just wait until you get to the racetrack part. More drums. The newest episode is like my favorite stream moment in a long time, honestly. It really is. Out of sync. You can refresh the stream or you can turn off low latency mode. So those are the options there. Hey, look at that. There's some plastic right there, too. Jeez, man. What's going on, Dead King? Welcome in. I did build one pretty base, and I said don't get used to it. I built one really pretty base that was just for aesthetics only. It's in my anima tree guide. I have it saved still. If you go to exclamation anima, you'll see it. I can build them. I just don't. I choose not to. What kind of mod would I do if I was going back to modded runs? I don't know. I'd probably redo the Amazon run that I did a long time ago. So, probably some medieval stuff. Anima. Anima. Does lurk help in some way? Yes, Gaming Zone. Lurking helps. Yeah, having the stream running in any capacity helps, even if you're not actively watching it at that time. Yep. Igor, I did a full Igor run. That was fun. Yeah, I did a Amazon Warrior Woman run where it was only women. This is back in like 1.2. We could only use melee weapons and bows. And I had a few extra mods than what I usually use. And I learned that, or that's the run that helped me to learn that great bows are actually pretty good. If great bows had armor penetration, great bows would be an excellent weapon in general. They're actually pretty decent. So we had like 25 women with like legendary great bows, and it was working pretty well, to be honest. No training dummies this time, yeah. All right. I need to get a couple of upgraded chain shotguns, honestly. So let's go ahead and start working on that. I'm gonna do. So we have X. X is 1. Soul Sapper. We're gonna go for excellent. Okay. The Winston Waves runs, those are one of my favorite too, and I hope to get those on YouTube sometime. They were coming next to YouTube, and then unfortunately, or fortunately, biotech happened, so. There's 3 runs that were completed that have not gone to YouTube in between what was the No Kill Box and biotech run. It was the Winston Waves runs, the Back to Vanilla run, and the Do All Quest run. Thank you, Tess. Thank you. Appreciate it. Doing all right. Okay, so that is dug out. Let's grab that again. Okay. Smurf, are you still there? What was the step forward thing that we were, or that you were discussing on there? How many spaces forward were you doing? Were you doing 3 or 4? I feel like it was 4. Psycho sleeps in the bed in the middle of the room. Dwarven kings and queens. And princes and princesses. Of course. You're only having the 1 tile gap. Is that enough to go forward and hit the pikemen though? Or are they coming forward enough that you're using that to go forward? So I'm not talking about the extra like cover, right? But the one to step forward and finish off the pikeman. Or are you only doing 1 in front? How many production specialists can you have? There is no limit. A lot of people don't realize that. I get that asked quite a bit. The only limit is on the leader and the moral guide. You can have 1 leader, 1 moral guide per ideology. Or per colony, per ideology, whatever. And then you can have as many of these as you want. Like, literally as many as you want. If you have a shooting specialist, like, in the last run, I had something like 8 shooting specialists. And someone's like, wait, how do you have so many shooting specialists? Can't you only have 1? No. You can have as many of these 2 as you want. Of the same one. So, like, I could have a ton of mining specialists, a ton of production specialists in this run. Masterwork! Hey, there's the masterwork weapon. Now he makes one. Now he makes one. We didn't bet on this one. Not even legendary. See the art on it. This weapon is engraved with a representation of an abstracted rendering of injury. The romantic style of the central scene clashes with a figurative depiction of the background. Scammed out of points. All right. How romantic. Injuries are very romantic. Whole colony shooting specialist at the end of the Arco Nexus. Pretty much, yeah. At the end of the Arco Nexus run, we had almost everyone as shooting specialist yet. Soul Sapper. All right, she is 15. 1 more year, guys. 1 more year. And then we're going to breed a bunch of new Dwarven babies. We actually kind of don't need this camel anymore. We can make our own advanced components now. It's a weird thing to be counting down to. Guys, the new girl at the colony is almost 16. Oh my god. Anyway, it's true though. It's true. God. This friggin' game. Biotech. Biotech, why? Why? It's not biotech and student, it's you. You missed the entire explanation. You can just have multiple. There's no limit, high school. There's no limit. Maybe for now, I think you only need to step forward 2 squares ahead. Normal entrance. Okay, okay. It's getting cold out there. How are we doing on beer? Oops, that's not beer. We're actually going down in beer for a change. So we probably should start working on getting this switched over to hydroponic. What are the hops fertility sensitivity? Actually pretty high, 70. When can you place a baby inside a vat? Anywhere from 0 years old to 17-year-old can go into a vat. All right. Time for fast beer, yeah. Find a Hussar to extract their genes. Feels very Borg. You are assimilating. forcing others to assimilate, I guess. All right, we'll get the hydroponics down. It's gonna increase our wealth a little bit. Is what it is, though. Favorite colonists. You know, like kids that want to put their 17-year-old in a vat. What ages can you place a child into a nutrient paste dispenser? Any age, yeah. As soon as a child, as soon as a child is able to die, they're able to be butchered. If they're able to be butchered, their meat can go into a nutrient paste dispenser. So there's no minimum. That was a great question. What is your geography? I live in Indianapolis, so it's pretty flat. Some small hills, especially you start getting south a little bit, you know, where it's starting to get into like towards Kentucky. Yeah. It's a mountain map. It's a mountain map. This mountain is not completely solid, but it is a pretty big mountain. Nutrient paste. Machines. Rated E for everyone. We could actually switch to paste again. Everyone's pretty friggin' happy, so we really need to. But you think people are going to be upset that those are... Nah, it's fine. We can do it that way. It's fine.
Welcome back. Your steadfast loyalty is greatly appreciated.
We'll do it the right way. Another Masterwork changed shotgun. That's where it starts getting really crazy. Masterwork is where you start getting crazy amounts of damage, so... Our next raid is going to be quite a bit bigger, though. We're kind of pumping wealth a bit now. A little scary. Pray for an infestation. I kind of would like to have an infestation over a mech attack. You know what's really weird, though? Speaking of mechs. Have we had 80 mech clusters? If not, this is the longest I have ever gone since Royalty was released without a mech cluster. Entrance to the left room is not in the middle. This? Yeah, this is in the middle. This? Ah, it's in the middle. If I could overhaul the map, how would I... The world map? I would make the world map more active. At the top? What? It's perfectly centered. I would make it more active a little bit. Make it so it's more worth to go out there. Even more ways to go out. The upper middle? Yeah, this is in the middle. The upper one. These are all in the middle. Straight through. It's the racetrack all over again. You can see it's two yellow and then one black. That was so fun. Oh, that was fun. Good times, good times. No, the real reason I started doing it this way was with the steel. So I'm going to have to re-wall it anyway. Remember it like it's yesterday. We might actually have to go to paste anyway, just because of how hungry the friggin' dwarves are. Friggin' dwarves. How's the health? It's still not great. Thank you for asking. Thanks for asking about my health, Lucifer. Keep getting back-to-back clusters. Yeah, in our first biotech run, we got mech clusters. This is literally the first time. Maybe it's... I have no idea. I'll do a verify integrity of game files at the end of the stream. See if it finds anything. Maybe something's corrupt or something. Another masterwork. Here they are. The weapon bears a portrayal of alligators playing blackjack. That sounds awesome. It also sounds like it's ripping off the famous dog painting. The image is bordered by 6 monkeys. That sounds pretty cool. All right, another one. An engraving on this weapon depicts Bidness Goat tiptoeing while in a state of nature for no apparent reason. What? Goat's a child! Or he was during this. This is during nature running. Bidness Goat is visibly aroused. At the edge of the image are two triangles. This representation relates to Business Goat walking around naked when he was a child. Hey man, remember when I was walking around as a 10-year-old? Well, he just got to adult, right? No, he's still a kid. He is still a kid. Remember when I was walking around as an 8-year-old butt naked with a vein of sausage out on display at full mast? I'm gonna carve that on a weapon. But it's not even him carving it. It's Soul Sapper. Soul Sapper, for God's sake. Give that gun to Business Goat. All right, Goat. I shouldn't because it's a masterwork, but sure. Did Lester order that piece of art? Oh my God. Screenshot plus reported. No. Do not use the AI to draw that art. How old are you? You were 10 when that happened. 10. All right, Soul Sapper. I don't know what to say about that, my friend. I don't know what to say. That's something, all right. That is something. Never thought that RimWorld would have information about the arousal of children, but there you go. There you go. Execute Soul Sapper. Welcome back to the banned list of Australia. Let's go, Wagner. Wagner, welcome in. Only in the Rim. Only in the Rim. It was from... Did it say it was from the Today? Show me on the chain shotgun where they touched you. Are incendiary shells useful? They're useful in making incendiary IEDs. If you're actually like dropping them on an enemy, they're not great because the game has something in it that is forced rain. So when a certain number of patches of fire are happening, it's going to force rain and put them out. So an incendiary mortar shot is generally not great. But it can injure... Oh, a mech raid. It can injure them pretty severely, but... group of mechanoids for a while. Oh God. We're gonna test if the shotgun tunnel works against the Diabolus. I don't know that it does. Double Diabolus to test it. I need to get this done. Turrets, no. Turrets wouldn't do too much, yeah. Fire in the mountain. I gotta get this side done. It's too late now, but for the next raid. We're throwing up an IED. I don't think we can get it done in time. I'd have to make IED shells, and then I would have to build it. I do have some foam packs equipped. Yep. Yep, I have some. There it is, fire foam. I need to get rid of those tox packs. So yeah, we have a fire foam. Should probably put that on ROM. Maybe not. It might be fun. Good thing we just got all these new masterwork weapons, though. Double Diabolus. And the Tesseron, too. This should be interesting. Might have to switch over to paste again like I was talking about. It looks like we probably will. Let's get rid of the camel too. Sorry, camel. We don't really need you anymore. You're just eating our mushrooms, so. Do I have EMPs? Yep, I do. Probably need another one, honestly. Diabolus even go through the door? Yes, Diabolus can fit where anything else can fit. Yep. All right, here we go. Can a Diabolus get stopped in this shotgun setup? I don't know. I don't know. We do have the combat boost though. Oh right, answer is down. I could cancel that temporarily. It works. It works. Yeah. It works. Wait, was there another one? There's another one. Look at that masterwork ripping through that plasteel down. Diabolus cannot blink, no. Apocryton can, but Diabolus can't. Alright, no problem. No problem. Alright. We are ripping through that plasteel now, though. I need to remember to get 2 people that can repair this deering. So. Barely survived raid. Pilot drops the legendary sniper. Never used neuroformer stuff, really. Oh, because you play with a mod. Yeah, I think we might end up having to go temporarily to neutral paste. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, we gotta get this fixed. Put a zone here. For mech corpses. There we go. Can you explain your kill box setup? It's just, we have melee blockers in the front, and then we have chain shotguns behind them. The doors are there in case a section needs to escape, but it's just a very basic thing. Just a basic melee block. Just have people blocking Got a hallway leading to them. The melee blockers hold them in place. The chain shotguns killed them. Not, yeah, not too much to it. It's a pretty simple one. You can even use them super early game, just like this, just very little, and then expand them as you get more people. You don't want to go more than 4 chain shotguns deep though, or else you'll start running into into friendly fire issues. Have a guide on friendly fire if you haven't checked it out. Exclamation FF to go to that guide. Low food, yep. Low food. Thank you, Nyla. There's a link on the website that has some pictures of them, yeah. What will this setup look with miniguns? The miniguns will have its own setup. Yeah, the minigun setup's going to be over here. It's going to look a lot different. It's insane how much food we need in this run. Just insane. All right, another excellent gun. Answer, go ahead and grab that. Are you almost... Answer is 16, so... If we can get a lot more food, we can breed a Dwarf army, but... High psychic drone, that sucks. That really sucks. All right, we're going to put people back to the walls during the psychic drone. Those blocks out of there, or stones, whatever. Chunks. Your best shooter is a dirt mole. Another master. Oh, that's a can't. Never mind. That's just a piece of clothing. It doesn't have arts. Clothing doesn't have art. That's unfortunately. Wow, we got 13 normal chain shotguns. We gotta get rid of those. Are we allied with anyone yet? Not quite. Not quite. About with these new people, could we just send them off? I just got rid of the camel though. Whoops. All right, we're all deaf. Well, not everyone's deaf, yeah. Lilith, so I guess I could put just Lilith and who else? Answer. And the rest can stay. Yeah, that should work. All right, answer. Extract the ovum. Let's see. All right. What? Hey. Hey. I don't want you having surgery in your room. Hobson. Yeah, we'll just spin that for a moment. 4x speed, it comes from my no pause mod, yeah. No pause replaces it. You can get mods that just add the extra speed button, or you can turn on development mode. It doesn't add a button, but you can hit 4 on developer mode and it will go to it. Need those mushrooms, need those mushrooms. Man, we're gonna have so many mushrooms. I might just go ahead and plant all this as mushrooms again like I had it earlier. Master chain shotgun again. This weapon is engraved with an artwork of Soul Sapper standing as tall as a building while bracing against the advancing horde. A group of crooks advance with a terrifying look in their eyes. The overall composition is focused. The scene takes place in the middle of a city. The depiction tells the story of a successful defense of Soul Sapper's caravan. Oh, that's kind of cool. Soul Sapper's caravan got ambushed earlier in the stream. Just a one-on-one fight, and Soul Sapper won. Apparently that kind of went to Soul Sapper's head. Well, I mean, they should be proud of it, you know? They should be proud of it. Yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier, putting those into the AI art generator. I've seen some of those on the Reddit. There's a squirrel in the yard. Thought you guys should know. Would I rather have chicken or ziti tonight? The ziti comes with garlic bread, garlic knots. DQ. Thank you for the 2 months. Thank you, DQ. Thanks for all the RimWorld content. You made your bases at least 90 times more efficient. Chat and I are gonna go with ziti. She says good choice. That's what I wanted anyway. So if you guys had all said chicken, I would have went with ziti anyway, just so you know. He deserves that gun. Soul Sapper. We could give him the one that has his art on it. I guess so. Who'd we end up giving it to? Ah, it's fine. So you're hanging out? Just leave the door cracked so she can leave if she wants to. Kind of chicken. Air fryer chicken tenderloin. Oh my god, we found steel. It's far away. What about chicken ziti? Alright, let's get this done. Kind of nuts that we need so much food. It's really insane. Really crazy. Make a floor called fungal gravel. Let you plant them under the mountain. Yes, yes. As tunnelers from ideology, you can get fungal gravel and you can grow crops in it. Singularity. You try it out and it's super effective. Yeah, it's overpowered. You never would have imagined the Slaughterfest it brings. Yeah, absolutely. I got I get comments every day. So I got a comment this morning that was, if anyone's wondering, this no longer works in 1.4. He should probably take this video down. It absolutely still works. If you do it, if you make it and it's not working, you're doing something wrong. And nothing against anyone that does something wrong with it. It is pretty complex, and there is a lot of stuff going on with it that have to be exact. What exactly is the singularity? Exclamation kill box. If you type that, it will give you a guide on it. But it's an overpowered kill box that uses the ability to make your pawns peek around corners while the enemies can't peek around corners to just slaughter everything, basically. Pretty much. Very strong, but yes, it still works. We literally just used it on the stream the other day, but I don't use it on most of my runs because it's literally too strong. Hey, we got 2 scans, 1 from each. How good is it with bows? You can use it with bows in the early game. Literally in the guide video, I show it using short bows with tribals in the early game. No, south facing does not really work anymore. It's not worth south facing. Just go east west. Are you sure you don't want to delete the video? Yeah, let me just go ahead and delete my most popular guide video of all time, just in case. Just because this one commenter told me to. Yeah, it's so silly. So silly. Oh my god, we are basically out of food. I'll switch over to nutrient paste temporarily. Is that where I want to put it? Guess I could. It doesn't really matter. Am I playing on Cannibal? Why not just say I might? Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier because our mood is so good. Now that everyone's converted, I might just stay. Let me leave one of those on until we're good. Does Mechanitor need any skill? You want to have crafting on your Mechanitor because all of the mech crap is smithing, and that's crafting skill. You use a singularity that leads into another one just in case you get overran. Yeah, it's super strong. Want to get in the queue? You'll get there. You'll get there. All right, let's just spin that for a second. We don't need to. Soul Sapper, what are you doing? What are you doing, Soul Sapper? Rhino is making it. Well, Rhino, get over here then. Mining as well for early game, late game. Yeah, it definitely helps, especially with like deep drilling and stuff like that. But you definitely want to make sure that they can craft, right? You could get around the no mining, but mining is a nice to have for sure. Growing massive amounts of mushrooms kinds well with turning it into chem fuel. Run chem fuel generators for power. That's what. Yeah, I'm using those too. I'm using those, but yeah. So Diabolus from normal raids. Maybe that's why. I see. We need a Mechanitor colonist to research these. So, goats, are you still there? I was asking if you need Mechanitor to do the waste pack atomizer craziness. Can you buy a nano structuring chip? You can research this one without a Mechanitor, but nutrient paste good. Nutrient paste is very nutrient efficient, and it also can't cause food poisoning. Having a lot of rooms is nice to look at. You get chips from the raid ones when I was a Mechanitor, but we didn't just get them from those Diabolus as far as I noticed. Oh, we did. They're there. Never mind. They put them elsewhere. Thank you. I was a little worried about that. Yeah, Apocryphons can come too. I just lost track of it. I was looking here and just completely my peripheral didn't even notice the signal chips over there. You don't get the pop-up unless it's the quest Diabolus, I guess. But the normal raid ones did drop them. Yeah, thank you. It's to get the research done. Need Mechanitor colonists. But So we're going to need an Apocryphon to show up with a cluster or a normal raid, which they can later on in higher wealth. And then we can do that crazy setup. Okay. We're going to need at least 2 of the Apocryphons to show up. Yeah, we saw them come like that. In the last playthrough, I mean. Some of these are pretty close. I might end up having to harvest a little early. If we're wanting a vat-grown army, we're going to need so much. It's going to be just absolutely nuts. Requires study of nanostructuring chip. I think the nanostructuring one, if what Goat was saying in the Discord is accurate still, that it can actually be applied to the waste pack atomizer as just like a tech print, but we'll see. Pollution generators, yeah. There's a setup with the pollution generator where you can set a room about like this and get like either 14 or 16,000 watts of excess power without having to worry about pollution. Flagellant's been crit 5 times in a row. We're destined constantly for 20 minutes now. Ouch. What are you fighting, Tet? It's so close to coming in. I might have to harvest them early. It'll take them. Okay. Okay. So yeah, we just need to kill a Pocraton for the late game.
Welcome back.
You can run the
steadfast
Singularity
loyalty is
with
greatly
Militor. Just make sure they're not
appreciated.
going to break down. And they do okay, but Militor... My mouse just disconnected. Militor did get nerfed a little bit, so they don't fire as quickly. And they're basically just not going to do as much damage as they did before the nerf. They're also not very accurate, so they can man it, but not really. They're not really going to do well late games. They're going to have to reset quite a bit. But yeah, like in an early game setup, you can, with just a few tribals attacking or something like that, you can go in there with your Mechanosaur or just have a few Militor. You can have up to 11 Militor shooting from in there. And it's okay. It's just not... It can't handle a lot. Because of their warm-up time that was changed, and I mean their kind of lack of accuracy anyway, even though they're decent in swarms, in that setup specifically, you want to eventually get to the point where you're basically volleying everything that comes in that's not a mech. And Militor, 11 of them can't really get to that point against like pirates and stuff. Yeah, they're still pretty decent, but just not as good. The collision guide really opened your eyes. That's awesome. Thank you for watching it, Nico. The rarest of all Iowas. Double digits. Thank you, Iowa, for the 10 months. The beacon thing? Oh, you're talking about the thing that works like a Tesla tower or looks like a Tesla tower? Yeah, those you build to increase the mech's movement, and it's kind of interesting. Movement speed and work speed, yeah. Medium Warren's dungeon. Double large parties 3 times in a row. Swine tar and stuff. We're cycling death, so. Yeah. Set on fire a lot more now, the DLC. I've been dealing with it. So are you talking about like impids and stuff like that? Impids, I just started just outranging them every time I was fighting them. So, and same thing with like the new mechs. Just stun them and outrange them. What are you doing, Ares? But nothing specific. There's also the new pop packs and stuff like that. The fire foam packs that you could use, but beam grazer mechs. Yeah, I've just been stunning and outranging them all. How is that only a 1-star event? That's not a lot. Yeah, that's not a lot. 25 manhunting Megasloths is a 1-star. It sounds about right for the stage of the game. Sounds right to me. We're not quite to starvation levels yet, but we're close. I'm gonna go ahead and set a little of this to harvest just so we don't get to starvation levels. So many mushrooms. Yep, we're still starving to death, so we need a lot. Those new genes, man. Those new genes. They're actually eating the raw. Yeah, I would take the Megasloths for food if anyone's wondering, but they're going to have Scaria because they're Manhunter pack, so 82% of them are just going to auto-rot. If the quest is still there when the next raid comes up, I'll call them in, but otherwise, no. Fire foam poppers, yeah, the new fire foam packs as well, yeah. New genes usually make you eat less. It's interesting that these aren't critical by default. Okay. Want new genes? Just all the genes with biotech. So all of our people are almost like gourmands, basically, because of our positive genes. It's like having a bunch of gourmands, yeah. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Hey, we got another scan going. Okay, no one's starving. Got the new mushrooms getting planted. Pfeiffer, child, it's time to work on harvesting. Hash monkey. Okay. We'll do planting only on you right now, hash monkey, until you learn to be better at it. Let's go for you. Which one is that one? R squared. Yes, I mentioned that. Yep, that they were eating all the raw. Yep. Yep, I'm going to turn raw back off, but I just went ahead and let them do it. I turned it back on because we had a, for anyone's wondering, I turned it back on because we were on a caravan, and the caravan started starving. All we had was raw food, so I turned on raw mushrooms. I just didn't turn it back off. All right, let's go into, whoops. Go into lavish food, and we'll turn raw food back off. Sloth, I need you to harvest instead. The mortar shot of all mortar shots? Are you talking about the one that hit the baby recently? Or are you talking about a different one? Or now I have multiple mortar stories, actually. Guys, gonna need to be updated. Food guide. Oh yeah, I don't have a food guide yet. Use market. Everything is just as expensive as new. A lot of the stuff, yeah. Chasing down a prisoner and the raid mortar shot you. Oh, that one. Yeah, that one's a pretty old clip. A few years ago, yeah. Yeah, there's that mortar one. There's the Narth mortar putting out the fire. A few. All right, slaughter. It's not a baby sleeping spot. Ducks will come home and do a roast. Misfortune of the clip. That was the same run that I got struck by lightning twice. It was a cursed run. The cursed run. Let's go on, Giant Man. Welcome in. You can get hit by lightning? Absolutely, yeah. I've had lots of pawns get hit by lightning, but I've only ever had one pawn get hit twice back to back by lightning. Randy was just like, it was my pawn. It was named after me. Whereas like this one is not supposed to live. Quest Roll 1 died. The other is hanging there and eating your food. Pawns get hit by lightning? Yes. Single pawn took out a mech cluster with only a mortar shell. Yeah, that was one of my favorite episodes of all time. So if anyone's wondering what Squiz is talking about, if you go to my Arco Nexus run, there is an episode of the Arco Nexus run for me on YouTube that's called It's Not Stupid If It Works. It's not stupid if it works. And it wasn't even a mortar shell. It's one of my favorite things that I've ever done in any game ever. I don't even know how I decided to do it, but yeah, one of my favorite moments in any game I've ever played. It's good. It doesn't kill them. No, it does a lot of heat damage. It doesn't kill them if you get struck by lightning. Unless they're like, well, it can kill them, but... Bullet Farm in the Rainforest. The Thunderstorm's a fun little gambling game. Yeah, it seems bugged to you. Yeah. You remember watching that thinking I had gone mad? But it worked. I can't believe it worked. It literally saved the run, too. Man, that would have sucked to have lost that Arco Nexus run. That was a rough moment. First Arco Nexus run. We're in... Was that on the final map or second map? It was on the final map, I think. Final map of the Arco Nexus. Oh, God. That's the same run with Fluffy on map 2. Holy crap. Fluffy. That was, oh man, and the exploding power cells that we took to map 2 with us, it almost killed everyone. That's a crazy run, actually, come to think of it. Fluffy the bear. Fluffy the bear. It's cursed by the bugs, yeah. I think you're right. Oh no, the duck that we just slaughtered got flu. Duck killer. He's a duck killer. Looking aggroed immediately and embarking on them. Yeah, that was the fluffy thing. That was scary. What was this about? Oh, you knocked Lily out. Lily slandered Claw's son's sincerity. Oh my god, you almost killed him. Wait a minute. You ripped their arm off? That's one of our other planters. You ripped their arm off. Oh, fantastic. Way to go. I don't think your son was very sincere. Like, I gave him a mushroom meal, and he was like, thanks. And I don't like that kind of attitude. And Claw's like, you know what I don't like? I don't like you having 2 arms. And just freaking rips one of them off. Fair. She picked her masterwork rifle back up, or chain shotgun back up. Interesting. Good thing planners aren't very important right now. Yeah. Good thing it was just an arm, not a head. Nuclear rhinos have an inspiration. Let's see what they're. Rhino, make a hospital bed. Make a hospital bed, Rhino. Nuclear rhino. Lumberjack has reached adulthood. Yeah. And your arm ripped off, but you got better. It's good. Yeah, I do need to fix that, yeah. Especially now that we have another adult coming in. Ooh, masterwork, hospital bed. Excellent. Lumberjack got top. You got 3. This is going to be our future royal. So Lumberjack is ready to be a royal. So what's going to happen, or what's going to help with royalty here? They are a dwarf, so we don't really need super immune, but it's the best one on here. Fast learner, ascetic, super immune. It's fine. Construction, plants. So fast learner, okay. We could spread this out, just make them good at everything. Like if we do that, since he's fast learning, he'll just basically be good at anything that we want him to do. Dwarves have to have a king and a queen. Psychopath, no, Psychopath doesn't get any chit chats or deep talk, so it's not good for social in general. All nobility are psychopaths. I think this is fine. Sooner OP, yeah. I'm a lumberjack, and that's okay. Monty Python's Trios come up a lot on this channel. Just watch the Code Nexus video on YouTube. Nice to be streaming. That's awesome. Yeah, they were watching that. Broke. We were just talking about that run. That's kind of interesting. How far in are you? Because we were literally just talking about one of my favorite moments in all of RimWorld. 4,000 hours in the game. One of my favorite moments ever happens in that run on a specific episode. It's going beep. Welcome in. Still are. Reload mode. You can save and reload. You get whole new age up choices. All right. All right. More. Alright. You can double production with 2 research tables. You can have as many research tables as you have people. So, Broke, one of the things I do the most... Hang on, you said you were watching the Argonexus run. Anyway, one of the things I do, like, if you go watch the Argonexus run, you're going to see that I have, like, 15 research benches in the early game, usually. So, research is a point-based system that all your colonists can pour into. So, at the beginning of the game, I will set everyone to a 4 on research, and every time someone is idle, I just put down another research bench. So, it just speeds up research. You can have as many research benches as you have colonists working on them. In fact, early in this game, we got some refugees, and I had like 9 research benches going with refugees on them to get through all the research that we needed at the time anyway. All right, we are going to start overproducing these mushrooms, so I will get an extra little storage place back here finally. Finally, I guess. Don't like doing it, as you guys know, but I will do it. Let's see. Let's make this a little deeper. We actually don't need it huge though, because of the new shells. That should be more than enough, like ever. Keep drilling, have people that can mine the scan. Yeah, and so usually by the time I get to mid or late game, like everyone has like 8 to 10 intellect, even if they have no passion in it, just from all the research benches. I always exploit refugees in my runs for research, yeah. So, Marcutus, welcome in. Hey, you cut that sentence early. You know what? I need to make this 2 rooms still. Because the fermentation... Ideal fermentation... As long as it's under 90. Okay, we'll make it into 2 rooms. There we go. Good day. Doing all right overall. Towering blueprint. Sterilizing stomach. Does sound like me. Still can't believe that weapon you have, Goat. Can't believe that. What a crazy thing. Let's go on Vimpel, welcome in. Just getting a little cooler ready to overproduce mushrooms so we can make more vat babies. You want someone to draw that? It's so ridiculous. So ridiculous. Censored tastefully, of course.
A generous bestowal.
Paul, thank you for the 100 bits. Thank you, Paul. Much appreciated. Building a freezer, building a freezer. Made a run where you accepted all quests. Yep, did that. That was the run, the last run I did before Biotech. It's not on YouTube because Biotech came out before I could get it on there, and now it would be bad for the algorithm. But yes, you might can still see it in the Twitch VODs. I'm not sure it's gone yet. What's the structure with all the doors supposed to be? This is a shotgun kill box. If you stick around, you'll see it in action. We should be getting a raid again sometime. We are playing against Cassandra, so raids are guaranteed, so. See if that will keep that down. Looks good. Pfeiffer became an adult. Way to go, Pfeiffer. All of our little Dwarven children are growing up. Look, they did get 3 skills out of it. Fast learner, great memory. They can literally be good at anything forever. Quick sleeper as well. Holy crap. Or we can make them another royal. We only need 1. Fast learner, great memory, quick sleeper.
Welcome back. Your steadfast loyalty is greatly appreciated.
A passion in almost everything. This is kind of nuts. Like, holy crap. Let's just look at his character sheet after we accept this. All right, Pfeiffer. This little dwarf that we raised from the time he was just in a petri dish. Look at that. Fast learner, great memory, quick sleeper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 passions. Literally can get good at pretty much everything and stay good at it. That's really crazy. But he's pretty stupid. Sorry, Pfeiffer. That's really nuts. All right. All right. So I need you helping with plants right now. After you're done with plants, you'll help with construction. After that, you can hop on some cooking. If there's any smithing or crafting left, you can do that. There we go. That's what the dish does to you. He didn't get a beard. Let's see. We'll fix that. Stupid, but can do everything. There he is. Now he's a real dwarf. Did anyone other... Wait, can we actually manually do this then? There we go. There we go. He's not stupid, he's just not an innovator. I can't because of this. So we did that. Let me go to one of them. So we got the unisex beards, but for whatever reason, men having bushy beards overrides the ability for women to have beards at all. Seems kind of crappy, but yeah. So I did choose this, not knowing in the beginning that it would overwrite, unfortunately. So just how it is, I suppose. What's going on, everyone? Welcome in. Erican, welcome in. Grid Warrior, Phantom, thank you for being here. All right, we are going to get so many mushrooms. We're going to pump out some more Dwarven babies. Pump those Dwarven legs. Means something different this time. Pump those Dwarven legs. All right. Pump those Dwarven legs. Skippy, hello, hello. Thank you for coming in. Can't craft any apparel. Oh, fashion room. Why I don't craft any apparel? I am, yeah. But right now it's coming in very slowly, so we're just doing it over time, man. Pump those. No, Johnny. How's my beer schedule? We're taking beer every 2 days right now. We could do it every 1, but I don't have enough. I don't have enough right now. All right, we're gonna link those, clear them. Importance. Actually, we'll go to preferred. Fungus. All right, so the next step here. Let's see. I need to stop this for now. Stop that for now. So the next step is we're going to switch this over to hydroponics as soon as this is done, which is almost done. And then we're going to get the clothing order set up. And then we're going to finish the chain shotgun tunnel down at the bottom. I guess I could set some of this stuff up in unison. So let's go ahead and start setting this one up. Go ahead and get that lined out there. Come on, Torgman, work faster. What kind of 5-year-old can't mine through solid rock in seconds? What kind of dwarf are you, Torgman? Sorry, it's just tough love for the dwarf children, you know? So make sure they grow up strong and proud and bearded. Okay, marine armor is done. Are we done with research? Until we get until we get an Apocryton for the atomizer or we get cataphract armor, I think we're done with research right now. All right, excellent. Turn those off. Adam's parenting style? No, that's Dormask, you know. Minor role specialist assigned. Have no role models. The problem is, like, I don't have anyone that's just mining. Torgman will maybe grow up to be just a miner, but a miner. I don't like the atomizer. I don't like the atomizer, but there is an efficient setup that you can use with it that you just don't have to worry about it. Like, it still eats your power. No, they are not, Sentinel. No, they're not. Where it still eats up your power. But it's worth it just to, like, not care about it. It's just there. It's working. Don't have to worry about it. Max equal bad for toxic generators equals okay. Yeah, pretty much. What does the atomizer do? It gets rid of 10 packs of waste every 5 days. Burns it very slowly. It takes 800 watts of power, and it only gets rid of 10 bags of waste every 5 days right now. I do kind of wish they would. I guess it makes sense, but I kind of wish that it wasn't locked behind the chip. It's our first Manhunter pack in quite a while. This will be good because we can kind of get an idea of how many raid points we're getting hit with right now before a raid comes. Okay, let's select everyone. We're going to draft them and see if they can get out. They can't, so we're safe. All right. 36 polar bears. We're a little over halfway to raid cap. A little over halfway. Seem pretty worthless when you can just periodically caravan all your waste off the map. Yep, or drop pot it away. Yep. Yep. So 7,500-ish, yeah. So a little over halfway to cap. Well, actually more over half than I thought. Wow. Geronio kind of got wrecked. So, and welcome in. Hal, thank you for the 5 months. Thank you, Hal. Very much appreciated. No more commercials for you. Thank you, Hal. All right. I'm going to let us do 2 more of these. Got the third geyser for the base. The problem with this one is it will be destroyed by breachers more often. So if I want to grab the third one, I would probably have to run it up the right side and then connect back across. It might still be worth it, but most breach raids are coming around this corner, and so it's going to get destroyed quite a bit by breaches. So I don't know. I don't know. 4 atomizers set up, about 25 mex, 30 bandwidth, stores and deletes it, no problem. All right, we're ready to fix this here. Can't learn fast if you're dead. Good tough. Oh, I did this one. Would you choose fast learner or tough? I would choose tough pretty much every time in my playthroughs with my play style. Tough is above all the others by a bit. Temporary map from a raid, just 1 10-tile entrance. So oddly enough, Zormask, there was a post in our Discord in the RimWorld channel like yesterday that was talking about how temporary tiles actually calculate raid points and wealth and how to manipulate it. So you might can find that in there to answer more thoroughly, but that is crazy. There's just this blocking those. How to max act during solar flares. So solar flares are one of the shortest events in the game. You don't really have to worry about it. So we had solar flares during my Mechanitor run that I just finished. Solar flares, I think at most last like half a day. So it just seems like you don't really have to worry about it. It never became a problem for me. We had solar flares. I had 69 bandwidth. 69 bandwidth, solar flares. Wasn't a big deal. They're pretty short. One of the shortest events in the game. I think what is it by default? It takes them 10 hours. Nice. I think it takes them 10 hours to like go rogue or whatever. And it's pretty rare for a solar flare to last more than 10 hours. Hang on. Okay, that's fine. It's 24 to go completely rogue. Yeah, then you shouldn't have to worry. Now, an EMI event. So the first timer is 10, the total is 24, and an EMI event, that's what you really have to worry about. See a doctor last that long. 24 is the actual rogue part. Yeah. Because when we did the ship launch, some of them were like not obeying anymore, but they weren't attacking. So they like disconnected, but they were just kind of wandering around blinking, and it had a timer on it for like 10 more hours or something. So 24 hours until they actually turn against you, I guess. You just have armor and implants so far in yours anyway. Can a solar flare hit while a raid is active? It absolutely can, yep. Yep. I remember, so one of the things about that too is if you have a sapper raid and you're using turrets to make it so sappers come in where you want them to, and a solar flare happens, it can reroute the sappers in a way that you don't want them to come in. I've had a lot of experience with that, so yeah, they can. All right, let's get our clothing rules set up. So we're going to go into assign and manage outfits. We're going to new outfit. We're going to make a ranged outfit. So for ranged, we want to wear. We're going to put it at 51 or better, normal or better. On utility, we're going to turn off shield belts. Going to turn off headgear, lead armor on. Armor has its own headgear slot, so Noble apparel, I will deal with myself. You can wear capes though. And miscellaneous, let's see here. Button down, duster. Pants. Wife just let me know that we have to go somewhere, unfortunately, today. So I probably won't get my rest in before the second stream, but it is what it is. Button down, duster, pants, cape, and armor. Okay. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to go ahead and set... Some people are going to get naked real fast. So who's our melee? A Vig and Sloth. So let's move them to the front. Vig and Sloth. So we're going to put ranged on... all these right down so we get to the children, which starts at goats. Okay. Then I go back in. Manage outfits. I'm going to make a melee outfit. So melee. So the reason I do melee and ranged is so that I can make sure that ranged people aren't accidentally picking up shield belts while their gun is on the ground. It really gets annoying, like when they drop their gun for something, like they're sick, and then when they're better, they run and put a shield belt on. So, and this also makes it so they're not going to be wearing tattered clothing, which is obviously awesome as well. All right, so headgear off, armor on, utility. We're going to turn utility off aside from shield belt, so we're going to have shield belt on. Noble, we're going to turn that off aside from capes. Button down, duster, pants. Okay. All right, these two we're gonna put on melee, and the last two as well. Okay. Optimal clothing set for a pawn for recon armor. Button-down shirt, pants, and either duster or a cape. Duster and cape have the same, so, and then. Flak vest, obviously. Flak vest plus that combo is in general, overall, usually, depending on quality, better than recon armor. Why your gene bank is not allowing you to store gene packs? Is it full? They have a capacity of only 4. So, gene pack, the gene bank can hold 4 genes. And you want it connected to power, of course, and everything. Some naked dwarves won't run short of material. Flak is better than recon.
Welcome back.
Depending on quality, flak, you can test it. Basically, if you've noticed, if you have a duster button down flak vest combo and you have a recon armor laying around, your pawns are apt to go put on the highest armor value, the most protective thing that they can get to that is allowable by them. You'll notice that they won't put on the recon armor. So depending on the quality of both sets, recon armor versus the normal clothing, it's usually better than recon armor. So I highly suggest, unless you just get recon armor dropping or something like that, or you can just buy it or whatever, I wouldn't waste too much material on making it. I would just skip and go to the next tier where it starts getting way better at marine armor. Fast learner, too smart. Man, we really got to get that. I'm not saying this, Smurf, if you're there. I'm not saying this against you or anything, obviously. We got to get that traits guide out, my friend. It's a really big thing with these children. If you need any more help on it, let me know. But, so Cobra, you don't need too smart with fast learner. It gets kind of crazy, but too smart does have a pretty big basically mood hit, breakdown hit. So it depends on what your other choices are. What are the other choices you're getting offered? Is there any way to up a chance at Thrumbo? Have one walled in, but just fail day after day? The only way with ideology, if you have an animal specialist, they'll get a bonus, right? But in general, even like a maxed animal person is gonna have like a 2.4% of the Thrumbo, so you can wait for a taming inspiration, or this one's risky because you could injure the Thrumbo permanently. Animals have a chance to join you as soon as you tend to them, so you can actually down a Thrumbo and then tend to it, and it has a chance to join you as well. Jogger and Quick Sleeper. I would take one of those over Too Smart if I already have Fast Learner. For sure. Yeah, and you can use Word of Inspiration to get to the inspiration, yeah. We get light down there for speed and mood. All right. So Cassie, wait for inspired taming. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. These are causing animal filth. Yeah. That's animal filth. They're tracking everywhere. There's some blood left over from the raid earlier. I just don't have this in the home zone, so.
Our modest fellowship expands. Praise.
How long does sensory mechanites last? What is the timer on? So sensory mechanites is not one that goes down with tending and tending quality. I don't remember the max time on sensory mechanites actually. I used to know, but I don't know anymore. But like gut worms and muscle parasites require 300% total tending, and then they'll go away. That's not the same for mechanites. Nerd, thank you for the Twitch Prime. Thank you, nerd. Counts same as a tier 1 sub. Probably never heard that before. They do last quite a while though, yeah.
A gleaming endowment.
Who's showing me their endowment? Tiro, thank you for the $10 donation. Thank you, Tiro. Also very much appreciated. Much love to Tiro. Thank you. All right, we can go out there and get some shooting experience, although there is going to be some scaria. So some rot stink immediately as well. But we might as well go grab some shooting experience here. All right. And now we need to open that. So Lumberjack, go ahead and open that. Is the quality of those bedrooms good enough for them to be happy with it? Yep, they have a +3 mood buff from those. Those are impressive bedrooms. Yep, here, I'll show you. 59 quality, +3 mood buff. So there's a few more. A little bit of shooting experience. A little bit. Yeah, no problem. And they don't care about them being in the tight spaces because they're tunnelers. Not that they're going to be in there for long anywhere, but bear with me. Bear with me. All right. All right, answer. Did they nerf barracks? No, they did not. Barracks are still stronger overall than bedrooms, I feel. Bear with me. So Harry, welcome in. Like a barracks right now, I could have just this size, and I could have it giving +4 mood with just this size to everyone, and still be able to cram more dwarves in there. So, and let's take a look here. We got who's living in the actual barracks? Vat. Baba Vat is living in the barracks. There you go. He's almost full of mood. He Here's someone with an impressive bedroom. Same mood. Some columns, just a barricade on your kill box entrance. I've explained it several times today, but I'll do it really quickly again. This is an early game setup. The reason why I use this in early game instead, it has decent HP, it can be repaired, but the reason I use it early is because it has only 25% cover. So in the early game, when you're doing a melee block and a shotgun setup and you have enemies running through, you don't have enough accuracy to compensate for the 55% cover, and you don't have the firepower to destroy these with their lower HP. So basically, this is what you use early game because it helps you to hit the enemies more often because they don't have as much cover coming across them. But later in the game, when you have more accuracy and you are causing more damage, therefore destroying things faster, you switch over to barricades. So this is just a leftover old setup, which I'm going to destroy. I'm going to destroy so it's not nasty anymore. Nothing against you, of course. It's gone. It's gone. The priceless columns from when the dwarves were new, when they had just first made this their mountain home, they're gone. Hope you're proud of yourself. No. But no, that's why. That's why. Yeah, no problem. Yeah. Let's turn that back on. Oh, okay. There we go. Go back to making actual kitchens and bedrooms after a nutrient paste and barracks. Yeah, barracks is so strong. I have to force myself not to use it. Even this run, once we started getting into the teens, I was like, maybe I'll just go back to the barracks, but I'm forcing myself not to. Force myself not to in this run. Why? Just for fun. Just for fun. Okay. Move that up. Ask why. Time thinking about how to play in your base on your no merging room run than anything. Which change in the recent DLC has been the hardest to adapt to? Hardest to adapt to? I guess the hardest thing to adapt to, but is also one of the things I like the most about Biotech, is the fact that all the raids, even different humanoid raids, you sometimes now need different strategies, especially early to mid game, depending on what spawns. So like, especially in early to mid, another manhunter, what the crap? It's annoying. So like early mid game, let's say you get an all impid raid, you have to deal with them a little bit differently. You get an all Neanderthal raid, you're gonna have to deal with them very differently. Even with mechs now, mechs have more variety. So with the mechs, like you have to see what all kinds of mechs are coming out of all the new kinds, and then determine like what's my best course of action to defend against this. So that's actually one of my favorite parts of it. But it's also definitely one that you have to get used to. Firewoman's really good now, yeah. The rhinos are here. Yeah, and another thing too, like even expanding on that further with animals, like right now, because Scarion losing his fun is an 82% chance, right? And rot stink is a thing as of 1.4. So Scaria animals now, instead of just like melee blocking and killing them, if I do that, we're gonna get a whole lot of rot lung suddenly, you know? So more things I have to be careful of as far as combat consideration. All right. Another thing. So another thing on that that's hard to get used to is how much food is needed with the genes being altered. Like, I already have this that I've been using for like years in my head of exactly how many crops and which kind of soil for how many colonists you have. And so now that's kind of thrown out, you know, that's just gone because it's very, very different now. The look on my face during the first Impid raid when I first saw their flamethrower, yeah. What? You can't fertilize an ovum at 13 years old? They're mad. They're sounding the balloons. They're sounding the balloons. How many hours have you spent on this game? Over 4,000. What's with the massive rhinos? It's a manhunter attack event. Are the rhinos for war? Yes, they're waging war against us. Make any face masks yet? No, I'm gonna have marine helmets soon, so I don't know. I might should just queue it up as being an addition here. We don't even have all the clothing done yet. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Those are enemy rhinos. Enemy rhinos. Do they move fertilized ones elsewhere? Embryo, okay. All right, more babies. I need more steel. Out of steel. Out of steel. Solidify that you need to update your law held knowledge. Yeah, I'm just saying it's going to be one of the hard things to get used to. Even if it is a good thing all around, but it is still a difficult thing to get used to, yeah. But it's good. It's good for the longevity of the game and for my sanity with, of course, streaming this so much. So, for sure. This is not steel. This is silver. There's some steel down here too, though. In the electric room. Not sure how deep that goes into it. Oh yeah, no worries, no worries. There's steel down below it. Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot left down here. The rhinos replaced the polar bears, yeah. See the full map? There you go. Some of the mountain is not solid. There's a hole in the mountain here. There's a hole here. There's a hole over here. Fan of Smash Brothers? I always have to be afraid to answer certain questions. I used to play Smash Bros. A whole lot, and I used to play fighting games a whole lot, so haven't really looked into it in a long time, though. I did play Smash Brothers for Switch when it first came out. I actually played on stream for a little bit and played against chat. That was a lot of fun. I haven't really played it much since then, but I used to play it a whole lot, especially, of course, as like as a kid and as a teen, the original and whatnot. Been asked a million times, how do you know there are holes in the mountain there? I used a melee weapon to check. Gandalf, if you type !mountain, you'll see a clip of it, of how you check. Lizard People mod has a scenario where you raise 4 hatchlings. Sweating at that question. I've been on the receiving end of those jokes so many times. $75 grizzly bears. Is it possible to have manhunting thrumbos not without a mod? Not without a mod. No, you cannot have a manhunting Thrumbo event without a mod. Now you can have Thrumbo Revenge. You can shoot a Thrumbo and it becomes enraged and attacks you. But you can't just have Thrumbo come onto the map without a mod. Like in a pack like this. Yeah, no problem, Gandalf. Sard race mod. A pack of manhunting Thrumbos, yeah. Let's go on, Gamer Girl. Welcome in. A horde of 51 manhunting Thrumbo. You thought every animal was viable? No, they're not. They're not, luckily. I mean, I guess it'd be kind of nice, but 30 manhunting Thrumbo, yeah. But no, you can't get Thrumbo as manhunter like that.
A new subscriber. Come, steel yourself. We are building an
Hey,
army.
Super Glue. Super Glue, it's good to see you. Thank you for the 5 gift subs. Super Glue, still kicking. Glad you're still around, Super Glue. Thank you. Screw around forever. They'll eventually leave, yeah. They'll eventually leave. There's all the fur and horns. Let's go, Super Glue. Thank you. I actually want to make this elsewhere. I can do one of those. Thrumbo will be busted for wealth. Yeah, that's the truth. Hey, while these are here, let's just go do a festival. No singularity this run? No. Not. I'm playing very differently than normal just for fun. The Game Pass library after getting the 3-month key for the gifted subs. Library is actually really good. It is definitely good, yeah. In fact, Total War is on there too. For people that have been wanting to try it out and stuff. So we need to start taking some prisoners. Do machines give off passive heat? It depends on the machine. Some things do, though. Yes, they are. Depends on the machine. Some of them do. Some of them give off filth as well, or dirt, I should say.
A generous bestowal.
Paul, thank you for the 100 bits, Paul. Not knowing the difference between what silver and steel looks like. Yeah, thank you. No, it's all good. It's all good. So Infernal, welcome in. Astral, welcome in. All right. Well. See no children. Your pawns have had none. Anyone have thoughts to why? There's... Alright, so Golden Order. Go into one of your pawns and click on the information and look at their fertility. There's... Do you have any couples? Are they getting the loving... had loving buff at night? And check out their fertility. So, let's take Lilith here. Lilith only has a 16% chance of getting pregnant because she's older. So Lilith is in her like late 30s, and so her chance of getting pregnant when they sleep together is only 16%. So it depends on your pawn, but click on the pawn, especially the female pawn, and look at their fertility and see what's impacting it. A female pawn that is in a relationship. Does it actually take 18 in-game years for a baby to grow up? It does not. By default, a baby gains 1 year every quadrum, so that's 15 days. You can set it to take 18 years if you want, but by default, they grow up 1 year every quadrum. All right, rhinos. Sure, there's a lot of friggin' filth out there. First vampire last night. They went into a murderous rage, killed your first baby. Now, yes, if they're in a relationship, you can then go in. So if they're in a relationship and they have any fertility, you can then go into social, and you see this little button right here. You can click that and you can choose what to try for. So you can have up to a 400% chance. What's this run about? Exclamation run. Super Glue, thank you for the 200 bits. Thank you, Super Glue. Type exclamation run. Speaking of run, I need to get off here because I have another stream later today. I'm going to wrap this up for right now, but I will be back in just a couple hours. I hate to go, but we will be back. Let me go ahead and save this. I have to run somewhere, drive somewhere.
A gleaming endowment.
The rarest of Iowa's Iowa. Thank you for the 1,000 bits. Thank you, Iowa. Let me end this recording here.